Hello and welcome to the OMFL Atlanta Falcons review. I'm your host, Mike Fleury, and in this episode we are discussing week, I want to say 13 against the New Orleans Saints. Week 12 I had a bye, so yeah, I believe this is week 13. I hope. Whatever. At this point we are 5-6. It's been a really rough season for us. Truth be told, as much as I thought I built up the team, I'm starting to see the weaknesses. I spent a little too much of my assets trying to fix the defensive back situation, corners, safeties, etc. The downside of which being I've basically been chasing 2 seasons worth of development that I didn't get because I wasn't here, obviously. I wasn't in Atlanta. So I had to make a lot of moves early when I got here to try to get the team where I needed it to be. It was okay the first season, but I'm really starting to see the holes now that we've kind of moved on a bit. We've had to take away from too much to try to fix. Like right now, my corners are good. Lattimore, Bates, Hampton. But I don't need Bernard or Winthrop. And was year one, I think, first and second round picks. My linebacking core is good, but not 100%. And my defensive line is a mess because I had to trade from the defensive line. Also, they weren't really built up in the way I would have built them up when I got here. So I was trying to fix that last season. I realized it was too late, so I tried to make trades and signings to fix it on the fly. It just ultimately, and same with the offensive line, just ultimately trying to do 3 seasons worth of build in one off season just didn't work. And that's the problem with joining a new team mid-cycle. You're trying to... I'm not saying Big Hurt made mistakes. He was building a team for himself, not a team for me, obviously. So we end up in this situation where I spent a lot of the offseason trying to fix the team in my image, and you can't undo 3 seasons worth of work, because you'll never get those assets back. That first and second round pick for Winthrop and Bernard, even if I trade them, I still don't get the same value that they were worth. I couldn't trade them. I tried, but anyway, so 5-6 is where we are, struggling to stay in the playoff race right now. New Orleans is actually, I think, has the same record as us, or thereabouts. They might be 4-7, but I'm pretty sure they're 5-6. Nate's having a pretty good season comparatively to where he's been. He's been playing some pretty decent football. Got kind of screwed a bit this past week. Couldn't. He made a good comeback, but then couldn't get to the player he wanted before the ball was snapped, ended up out of position, and big play, ends up in a field goal, loses by a field goal. I beat him one of the 2 times we played last season. It's not going to be an easy game. I have a different offense and a different defense than I did last season, but my weaknesses appear to be his strengths. His offensive strengths are my defensive weaknesses right now. So We're going to have to figure out how to stop his run. That's part of the problem. Was I had to trade so much of my young defensive linemen because they were built as power rushers and I needed them built as run stuffers for my defense, and they weren't that. So trying to rebuild that whole thing on the fly has put me in a situation where my defensive line isn't really that good, which puts more pressures on my linebackers. I'm giving up more yards, puts up more pressure on my pass defense. My defense is fine. My offense is fine. I can't run the ball as well as I would like because my offensive line isn't finished. It's just what happens when you take over a team mid-cycle that has different priorities than the team that started. And I haven't had enough time to fix it, and I don't think I will before the cycle's over. So we're just kind of muddling through, hoping for the best. Need this win. We have room for one more loss this season. 2 losses basically eliminates us. We still have to play Washington, who should be an interesting game. We also still have to play Tennessee and Indianapolis. They're very good. So, I mean, this game, if we even just split against New Orleans, we're eliminated, basically. So we're going to have to stop his run, attack his defense. His user safety is always a bit of a wild card because you never 100% sure when people user the DBs how they're going to play. Some games they're locked in and they take away everything you want to do. Some games they are the opposite and they're just out of position, trying to stop things that you're not really looking for and leaving the stuff you are wide open. I've had it both ways. This one's going to be tough. So we're going to play this game. Hopefully, scheduling's a little messed up, but we're looking to try to play it Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning-ish. It might end up being a sim, and that would be a shame. That effectively would end one of our seasons, and we wouldn't have a say in any of it. So, unfortunate, but we'll see if we get this game played. I will be back in a couple seconds to tell you what happened. Basically, it came down to stop his run, which I failed miserably at. Get takeaways, which I did fairly good at, and just play my offense, which I did fine. He did a really great job at stopping my pass game. Like, I ended up with like 200 and something yards, 3 touchdowns, but I got none of my normal big plays. I got one big play. That's not 100% true. I got a big play, which was I had 2 simultaneous deep routes, and he happened to be in a cover 3, playing as the safety as he likes to do. He chose to stop BTJ, which is usually the good call, but that left Pitts just streaking downfield, made that pass wide open, touchdown. But other than that, he really kept my offense kind of contained. My run game was okay, but not great. My passing touchdowns, one came on kind of a broken play. I scrambled. I didn't want to run because, I mean, I was allowed to. I just didn't want to. I was hoping to get something open. Then I saw Drake London, who had 3 catches, which might be a season high. He's coming across on like a deep in, just wide open. Made the pass. Then as I'm going upfield, I see that it's one-on-one against Nate. The thing with one-on-one, when it's human versus human, it's always highly at the advantage of the person on offense. Made a quick juke. He went one way, I went the other. He dove, he missed the dive. Touchdown, Drake London. And the third touchdown pass was on a zig route to BTJ. I read man coverage. Thought It'd be a good time to try to get a quick zig route because those tend to do pretty good against man coverage. So made a quick pass, got him upfield before his corner can make the tackle. Touchdown. But like none of my normal big plays worked. I only threw for like 51%. His run game, I game planned to try to stop it. I was thinking of ways to try to stop it. And he had 2 massive plays. I think they totaled, in 2 plays alone, I think they totaled 138 yards total. He ended up with like 240, I think, or something like that. Just could not stop his run game. Luckily, the OMFL makes you, pass the ball occasionally. So I was better against his pass game. I had 3 interceptions. Hampton got his second of the year, which is great because every interception helps my rookie. Lattimore got one while we were up 4. It's a really big thing. I had messed up. We were in, I want to say, cover 2 man. I read run and just darted down. Turns out it was play action. Totally had me. I think he was running a post route or maybe a deep out. Threw it, but Lattimore jumped it. I got the ball back. Kicked a field goal, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, we're good. I just have to, have to maybe get one more turnover or find a way to limit his pass game, maybe force him into some long down and distances. And then on the first play, he runs the ball to the side where I had most of my defense, like my defenders, but he managed to turn it upfield, giant hole. Witherspoon, I came down as the safety. I expected my other safety to crash down on the outside, so I was taking what I expected to be a spin, because Nate loves a good spin move. And he'd done it a couple times in the game already, so I thought, I'm going to make it so if he spins, I'm going to clobber him. But the defender got engaged. The other safety was engaged with a tight end or a receiver. I was on a bad angle to try to chase him. He just broke it. That was the 70-yard touchdown with Witherspoon. Ties the game. And I'm just like, well, damn. At this point, I'm like, I'm going to lose this game. By that point, I'd already thrown the ball 18, 19 times. So I knew my pass game wasn't really working. 3 touchdowns is good, but I wasn't efficient. It was 51%. I couldn't get my deep passes. Even my medium passes weren't really working. The ones that I did get were kind of accidental. They weren't my number 1 or even number 2 read. Like the Drake London play, my number 1 read was a deep route. My number 2 read was a drag. Neither of those were open, so I just happened to scramble for some more time, hoping something would happen, and that's when I got London. So I was concerned, but we managed to scrape some yards together, drive downfield a bit, a couple first downs, eventually got into field goal range and managed to kick the game-winning field goal. The issue is I can't take anything from this game because Nate's system was laggy. He had a lot of lag issues, had to shut off his stream. I mean, to even play the game, he had to rush home and hope to get there in time because I'm on overnight schedule. He has a normal person schedule plus CST. It's just one of those things where I can't take anything from it because I don't know how much was me playing okay and how much was him playing, well, or how much was him having lag, or you know what I mean? It's an unfortunate game where he played really well, but I don't know what was what, because there was some lag issues on both sides, but he probably got hit more than me. I felt it a bit, but it got better as the game went on. I don't know how it went for him. He had to turn off his stream, as I said. So, I don't know. There's not a lot to take from this. I got to play him again in a couple weeks. We're going to need that win too. If he plays defense the same, It's going to be another really tough game. I got to figure out how to stop that run. That's kind of been the problem with my defense all year. I had to take so much out of the defensive line to finish my DBs that, my run defense isn't what it should be. And that's, I talked about it last episode. That's just part of the problem when you take over a team mid-campaign. You just, you have to pick and choose what you can fix and hope for the best. So it's a win, 6-6. We still need to finish 4-1. So that's games over the Commanders, Colts, Titans, Saints again, and Tampa Bay. I don't think I'm making the playoffs this time. I'm pretty sure my season was shot after last week. My season was probably shot after the Seattle game. The Houston game killed me. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of like self-inflicted wounds, and it's unfortunate, but we're gonna keep grinding away and hoping for the best, and hope we maybe, I don't know. 9-8 seems like what it'll be again this year, and that'll really annoy me. I hate 9-8. I'm not a big fan of 8-9 either, but 10 wins is what I want to get. I'm hoping I can still get there. Anyways, I might put a highlight pack into this, so hopefully you get to see some of the plays, but I got to do like 5 episodes in one weekend, so we'll see what happens. For the OMFL Atlanta Falcons review, I've been Mike Fleury, and as always, I will try to do better next time.